You're my paleontologist.
Ooh, I'm your paleontologist. Really? Ooh, I like that fantasy. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Turn that into what it was before I ripped it apart. Here. You can have some spackle too. As much spackle as you want. Here, turn this into what it's supposed to be. All right. Who knows what you're gonna come up with, right? Now, here, take this same substance, this same spackle, and by the way, it's supposed to be this little guy, Brachiosaurus, who's 40 meters tall.
That's not how fossils work. Just putting down some random pieces of rock. That's not how fossils work. Have you ever seen a paleontological dig where they dig up all the dinosaurs? Have you ever seen one of those? They're pretty amazing. That's not how paleontologists, uh, that's not how paleontology works. Hello and welcome back to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about fossils and fossil fuels. I hope you enjoyed the lightning round. It was a really quick lightning round. Now let's get into today's Dinosaur Doubters video. Let's do this. Hello, Chris Romano here, and today I'm going to be talking about fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are from what the dictionary says on Google, a natural fuel such as coal or gas formed in the geological past from the remains of living organisms. That means coal, which is derived from dead plants. Most coal was commonly made during the Carboniferous and other periods of course geological time that made fossil fuel known as coal. There are other fossil fuels, and we're going to go over them because they're one of the many evidences, besides dinosaur fossils, that, of course, is some of my evidence for there being dinosaurs. If dinosaurs don't exist, then where do we get fossil fuels from? Is one of my questions. Next, we're going to be going into fossil fuels and what they exactly are. Well, I just said the definition. A fossil fuel is a hydrocarbon containing material formed underground from the remains of dead plants and animals that humans extract and bury to release energy for use. The main fossil fuels are coal, petroleum, and natural gas, which humans extract throughout mining and drilling. And we're not going to talk about climate change because that, in my personal opinion, is overrated. What is a fossil fuel? Example. Fossil fuel is a generic term, non-renewable energy sources such as coal, products, natural gases derived from crude oil, which is there's lots of different things surrounding crude oil. We know that crude oil is one of the many things that you put in your cars. Of course, it's gasoline. We're going to be talking about gasoline in just a minute, of where gasoline comes from. Gasoline being another one of my evidences for why dinosaurs are real, of course, because did you know that the stuff you put in your cars is actually derived from dinosaurs? And this is such an amazing thing. The fuel that we use for our cars is what's used to, and now they're trying to replace it with electric cars, which I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole different crude oil and fossil fuels are one of the things for my examples of reasons for dinosaurs existing is because dinosaurs were put on this earth simply for gasoline for our vehicles to drive, and they were also intended because, well, for many other reasons, and we're going to talk about those reasons. So now that I entered fossil fuels, I'm going to ask Google here. It never hurts to ask a Google. And now you're going to see my search history, which I really don't care, because it's very innocent. Let me see here. What is in gasoline? Never hurts to ask. And we'll put a question mark for a good answer. Gasoline is a mixture of many different hydrogen and carbon containing chemicals of hydrocarbons. A typical gasoline mixture contains about 150 different hydrocarbons, including butane, pentane. I might be slaughtering these names, but I'm terrible at these long names. Here we go. I was right, it's from crude oil. Where do we get crude oil from? Dead animals, and one of those dead animals being dinosaurs. Now, particularly crude oil can be, there's a lot of things that crude oil could be made of besides dinosaurs. It could be made of many different animals that have died, but typically crude oil is mostly made of dinosaur fossils that got compressed, hardened. The oil that's underground, if I can go back, on screen they had these pictures. Now these things are very common to see in California, the state of California. What these things are, these are large machines that pump the oil out of the ground. There is oil underneath the ground, and this oil is it's from dead animals. And where do you think these dead animals? Why are there dead animals in the ground that turned to oil? What happened was there was pressure underneath the ground as sediment was forming on top, rocks and stuff forming on top, and it condensed the fossils down. The dead animals buried on the bottom or the middle layer, and it compressed them down. And you see what I'm trying to do with my hands? It pressed it down. It pressed it like wine and made it into oil. Now this is, if you're going to say fossils aren't real, I won't believe you for the rest of eternity, and that's a pretty long time. So fossil fuels are derived from fossils, dinosaur fossils. They can be made from dead animals, other dead animals, but mostly dinosaurs, because that's the majority of them. Not all dinosaurs made it to museums, unfortunately. Most of them are what's in your cars, and that makes you go. And that's, you actually have you could say you have the spirit of a dinosaur inside your car, moving your car down. And that's why dinosaurs that's why I love dinosaurs so much, is because there's really nothing you can say against these animals. All right, I'm going to try to go back. The gasoline is made up of crude oil. Fuel in engine videos, it's made of petroleum. So now we're going to go into fossil dig sites, because I want to put up some images to debunk this Christians against dinosaurs, because you can see my search history, but I really don't care, because, well, I really don't care. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to try to crack my knuckles. I'm going to put in sound effects later. There we go. I didn't need to put in a sound effect. I cracked my knuckle. That sounds painful, but literally it isn't. I'm going to put sound effects later. There we go. Cracked a second one. Okay. Cracking my knuckles. Okay. I've never done that before, and I actually was able to crack them a little bit. All right. Dinosaur. I'll just put dinosaur dig sites. All right, images. So you see, what would be the point of people going out to the middle of nowhere and digging up stuff, digging in the ground for these stuff? People don't go out in the middle of nowhere to dig in the ground. That would be extremely pointless. So here we have a guy digging some sort of, I think it looks like some sort of tyrannosaur. I could be wrong. Some sort of theropod, because we know that theropods go back in this arch-like position here. I think this could be a theropod that he's digging up, because they go back in this kind of C-shaped, it kind of looks like they broke their back. That's very painful to say. So yeah, dinosaurs are real. They did exist. There's different back and forth opinions on when dinosaurs lived. Some people have this dinotopia vision. I'm not going to say their name. They're the people that wear Hawaiian shirts. And that really says a lot about it. Oh my goodness. Oh, here's the T-Rex. That this looks fake. So yeah, dinosaur sites are real. Dinosaurs were real. They did exist at one period of time. There are different views about them. There's different theories about them. There's definitely many different people, and I'm sad that you've chosen not to believe in them and start an organization that atheists would laugh at. Just saying. So, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Leave a like, and I will catch you again in the next video.